My name is Jay Doucet. I'm a trauma surgeon. I work at the University of California in San Diego. When a disaster first occurs, there's always a period of chaos immediately, and then the first rescue and the first care is actually given by survivors of the disaster. When the emergency medical services and other authorities arrive, they need to quickly establish command, and that requires that somebody at the scene become the single incident commander, and that everybody at the scene is working for that person. And this requires planning, and it requires training, and it requires exercises, because it's not a skill that can be simply assumed by authority, but has to actually be practiced. A triage officer needs to be an experienced person, so there'll be a paramedic with some seniority, a nurse who's had experience with disasters and understands the system she's working in, or a physician who's fairly senior, who understands disaster. And all these people have to recognize certain patterns of injury. So if they're dealing with something unusual like a terror weapon or a bomb, they recognize the patterns of injuries which may be different than they're used to dealing with. And that person also should have some understanding of disaster response. So they should have some specific training in disasters, either a disaster course or experience with disaster teams dealing with previous responses. Well, when a disaster occurs, whether it's man-made or whether it's caused by a natural disaster, there is a period of chaos that occurs. And that chaos, the longer it goes on, generally the longer it takes to get under control. Natural disasters can create a large amount of chaos over a very wide area and can destroy local infrastructure and destroy lines of communication and transport, such as a flood, which takes out a large area. A flood, if it produces a day or so without any control of the environment, may take 5 days to get control over, simply because it's so difficult to access the area and to get control again. In man-made disasters, they tend to be smaller, whether it's a building collapse or a bombing or a bridge collapse, and therefore control usually is regained more quickly. But the longer the chaos goes on, the longer it takes to establish control. I was one of the doctors at the Vancouver Olympics, and so I was there for all the good and bad parts, including when the Georgian luge slider lost his life, and I saw the response to that, and a lot of other people who were injured. The winter sports are by nature faster and more dangerous for the participants, but the thing that really is impressive about Olympics, and something that the people of Brazil will get to see, is that the spirit during Olympic Games is really quite special. The way people talk and treat it's a fantastic party. It's like the best carnival going on for 17 or 20 days every day, and so it's a great experience that you get to look forward to. And that attitude of making sure everybody is happy and that everybody's looked after, and that the athletes have the best possible experience, that the fans coming from all over the world have the best possible experience, is a really special thing. And so Brazilians will be very happy and proud to be part of that. And planning for that in terms of the medical response was a big part of that as well. It's already starting, and it's going to be a really special, happy event. And so congratulations to Brazil. You guys have something special to look forward to. The World Cup, of course, is important as well. I know what football means to Brazil, but the Olympics will be a lot of fun too.